Hi, and welcome back to Ryan's Ranch Roundup. I'm your host, Ryan Heiss, and today we're going to be looking at residential irrigation systems. Here we are at the end of May, and we're getting ready for our summer rainy season. So we're going to be looking at some very simple components to help you control your irrigation during these months. First, we're going to be looking at your irrigation controller, learning how to adjust that and even turn it off during the summer months when you don't need it. Second, we'll be looking at your rain shutdown device to make sure that's functioning properly. And lastly, we'll be looking at your irrigation main line, learning how to shut that down in case of an emergency. Now we're going to look at your irrigation controller. This one happens to be a very standard Rainbird device. And this particular resident has handy, next to his controller, a schedule for Lakewood Ranch. It's interesting to note that each neighborhood has a very specific irrigation schedule in Lakewood Ranch, so please make sure that you've set your date and time correctly in accordance with your schedule. Come back and visit our video blog at a future date, and we're going to be taking an in-depth look at how to program your controller. Okay, so we've just moved away from the irrigation controller inside the garage, and now we're going to go find the rain shutdown device. This one happens to be behind this shrub material, so let me go deep into the Amazon here and find it. We're going to be looking at rain shutdown devices, and these flies are swarming me because I have just crawled deep into the Amazon in order to find this particular rain click device. Now, rain sensors are also known as rain shutdown devices, and what they do is turn off the irrigation when a sufficient amount of moisture has been reached, typically by rainfall, actually always by rainfall. So, it's interesting to note that there is a Florida statute that requires all Florida homeowners to install and properly maintain a rain click device. And it reads, any person who operates an automatic landscape irrigation system shall properly install, maintain, and operate technology that inhibits operation of the system during periods of sufficient moisture. Now this is a very good thing because these devices not only conserve water, but they also promote healthy landscape and turf. So, they will also prevent your irrigation system running when it doesn't need to, which helps on the wear and tear of your system. Now, I'm going to crawl out of this Amazon jungle and we're going to be testing this rain click device. Okay, it's also very important that your rain shutdown device is set in a good location. What you want to make sure that it's not exposed to too much sunlight, which would allow the rain shutdown device to dry out very quickly and come on prematurely. Likewise, you want to make sure that it's not in too shaded of an area where it doesn't dry out quickly enough. We happen to be on a southern exposure, but we have some shade, so that's perfect. Also, you hear the irrigation running behind me. That's because we're going to test to make sure that the rain click device is functioning properly. So in order to do so, I simply push down this little mechanism that is on top of the rain sensor, and the irrigation should shut off momentarily. Perfect. A fully functioning rain shutdown device makes me so happy. Okay, so now we've moved over from the opposite side of the lot from where the backflow preventer was located in hopes of finding the irrigation shutdown. Taking a closer look, this one happens to be fully exposed and is also located adjacent to the sanitary sewer cleanout. This is a very typical utility layout for any lot in Lakewood Ranch. In order to open this box, because it's metal, it's a little bit heavy, I'll be using a screwdriver to pry it open. Once open, we see that there is a valve which is fully exposed. Sometimes you'll need to clean out the dirt in order to get a tool onto the valve in order to shut it down. Now, there's one of two tools that you can use to do this. You can either purchase what is called a T-bar from any irrigation supply store or Home Depot. This tool is specifically designed to shut these types of valves down. Also, you can use a pair of channel locks. Now, for demonstration purposes, we have irrigation running on the opposite side of the lot. It is my hope that when I shut this valve down here at the main point of entry, that irrigation will shut down. Let's give it a try, shall we? So I've got my channel locks on, and all I need to do is give it a quarter turn, and I can hear things happening, and the water is shut down. Excellent. So, we've just learned how to turn off the water at the main point of entry. We've also learned how to adjust our irrigation controller and adjust our rain shutdown device. These are 3 important items to keep in mind for the summer rainy months. So, thank you for joining us today to learn a little bit more about your residential irrigation system. We hope to see you again soon.